Alright guys, today we're going to see Drake. We're also visiting the Lovable office. So essentially we're going there, and I do have some ideas on how we could do some awesome stuff together. And honestly, to have Lovable as a client would be a dream scenario. I'm just gonna take you through the day, and you are going to follow me along with this awesome day. So we're going to see the Lovable office, and we are looking at a Drake concert. So with that said, let's go.
Alright, so now we're going to the Drake concert, and before the Drake concert we're actually going to Lovable's office. For those who don't know what Lovable is, it's the fastest growing company in the world.
Yeah, we need to go, like, it starts in like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been an intense day, and a lovely day at Lovable, all merged. But yeah, just had some nice food here.
What is something fun about like being in a situation you're like? Maybe I think a lot of people watching maybe things like Lovable as this dream site. Maybe in the US, like some kids over there. Like, what is something like if you could say something to them?
It's really cool to be literally building like the last piece of software, or like having like the stuff you build on a day-to-day basis. The people you're around is like actual like creators of stuff you use in your everyday life, and I guess you just like meet more and more of those people that like literally builds like not just like cool products that you use every day, but like entire products and like infrastructure for your everyday life to just make it better. And it's so cool to just see how it all like the world just becomes better from the stuff you work on and build. And that it's so close to you. Like, it's not just some random corporation in like somewhere in the world. It's like actual people that's really young. They all have their own cool life with their own context and story and everything, and their own skill sets, and like how everything just goes together in such a natural and cool way to really contribute to the mission. And it's so close in a way. Because it's easy to just see this like big companies as something very distant, but it's actually very like, close if you just go closer.
Yeah. So what do you do like at Lovable?
I make sure people, or humans, or the team here spends time on stuff that only humans can do. So we automate a lot of different things and processes.
For people that don't know, like, I've known Louis for a long time, and he's really like a maniac when it comes to like all the SaaS AI stuff. Like, that's the only thing he's been yapping about since I got to know him. So that sort of this is really fitting him like well. And trust, like, we're going to watch back at this video. Louis is eventually going to have a unicorn company, like, for sure. Like, I would be so surprised if he didn't have that. And here is Philip.
What you talking about?
He's also a maniac when it comes to marketing.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's very exciting. And so for people that think that it's maybe easy to come in like these circles, you should have just known like this guy's skill, like when it comes to AI stuff.
Oh, bro.
On that note, we'll see you at the Drake concert. I just want to reflect on a thing that have creeped in my mind for the last month probably, or the last weeks. But that's basically that I have a partner in Castle right now that I went into this new industry with, and I've thought over and over if that's the best decision to make, and that has really creeped in my mind. So
basically for the last weeks, I've never been so unproductive as I am right now, because, you know, it's a weird feeling to kind of like express. It's basically like you don't feel like it's worth it, because deep down in your subconscious mind you feel like you're just working towards something ineffective. And I wish that it wouldn't be like that, because I like this person very, very much. It's just that I don't think it's 100% worth it, especially with my agency. Like my sort of goal with the agency is to have like a positive cash flow, like bring as much money from it as possible, bring as much profit as possible, and bring the best service as possible. So those are sort of my core goals with the agency. You know, it would be another thing to have like a co-owner. If you're starting like a SaaS or something with exit potential, like of course you have that in agency too, but that isn't my goal, really. My goal with the agency is to have a positive cash flow, have as much cash as possible for me to eventually in the future have to do investments and other businesses and building new stuff. So I don't know, for the last like weeks, I've been thinking a lot if I am greedy, if it's just my ego that want to own like 100%, or if it's a decision that is good, you know what I mean? Because I've been going deep down with sort of my ego, and I've been very scared that this is a ego-based decision. But with some talks back and forth, I've come to the conclusion that it is the best decision for the business. And yeah, it's sort of a bit unfair, but I can't blame anyone. It's my decision 100%, because when I went into the business with this person, we were like, all right, let's start this and go into it. The only thing is that I already had the team. I already had a lot of processes. I've kept these guys accountable for 1 year with like what Casalid was before. It was sort of like an agency B2B, but with cold email as a service. So then we went into meta ads, and this guy is a total expert in meta ads. Like he is very, very good when it comes to that. And it was sort of a very good decision to bring him in. But after a lot of like thinking, reflection and everything, it's basically more simple that you think. Of course, like the knowledge is hard to replace, but you know, with a lot of decisions or thinking, I've come to the conclusion, and also with other people talking, that could be done with a skilled consultant too, to like teach their strategies and everything. It wouldn't take 50% like ownership. So yeah, that's a very hard decision, because I've been thinking like, how could I say it? Like when I say, will I regret it? Like before I do anything, will this like fuck up anything? How does the team think about this? How does the future, like what is the second order consequence by doing this, etc., etc. And I've just come to the conclusion that I need to do it. And that's sort of the decisions you gotta make when it comes to situations like this. And it's not a bad partnership. Like I really like the partnership. It's just for me that it feels unfair, because I have sort of the CEO position, and that's basically having control over anything or everything, and basically building the business. So how can we make everything much better? You know, I am the one who keeps everyone accountable on the sales side, on the marketing side, on every single side to do the thing better so we can evolve and get better. And this guy is so good at what he does, but it's basically more of like the strategies and more of the technical parts in the actual service. But that's also the thing, because he said to me from the beginning, because he has a lot of experience, he had agencies before touching $100K per month, and he's told me like he want to eventually be just a board member. He don't want to be too involved all the time. He just want to put in the processes to then be a board member and sort of like an advisory member in the company. And I heard this from the beginning and sort of didn't look at it. I just took the decision so fast. As the time has evolved, I've started to think like, all right, what does that mean? Could I do this myself? Do I need like advice? And of course I need advice, and it would be super valuable to get advice on how to do certain things, but it's not worth 50%. That's the only thing. Like the advice, all the strategies and everything, it's super, super valuable, but to have 50% in perpetuity, like forever, not even profit share, is sort of too much for me. And that's something I felt that sort of like put some water in my like fire. The fire got smaller, and I really don't want to have that situation in this company, because I really want to grow this company to $200K per month. That's sort of my goal 2 years forward. We are currently at around 10K. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking right now, you know. And of course, I'm just very, very grateful for everything. You know, when I just started 1 year ago, it would be sort of a dream to have this situation that I have right now. So that's a reminder for you guys, when you have these sort of hard decisions, just be grateful, because 1 year ago or any time, like when you dreamed about this situation, you would have been so grateful and happy just to have these kind of hard decisions to make. So with that said, think about all the decisions. Always take like conversations with people to do a like good decision, because it can very, very often like come back in your thoughts, and you'll have to be in this place where you have to like fix the things you did wrong before. So with that said, hope you learned something.